Yo, hello, the Ginger Genie, what's up? Look at Nathan Drake squatting. Okay, let's see the delay, alright? Let me just check the delay, right, between your messages, alright? So, I want you, when the time turns to 9:58, I want you to message hello as soon as the time turns to 9:58. Okay, that was a bad decision, it's still 30 seconds. 9:58, but for now you get to see Nathan Drake. This is crushing difficulty Uncharted, and I'm trying to get the Platinum Trophy. So, that means that there's minimal glitches today. That means that 2 shots and I die, essentially. Hello. Oh. Oh, that's not bad, that's 10 seconds. Nice, 10 seconds, that's good. That's golden, 10-second delay. Okay, so, do you want to hear about the Guatemalan coup d'etat in 1954? Yeah? I'm gonna take that as a yes. Oh, that's fine. That's fine. Won't be able to stay for long, that's fine. So tell me, what do you know about Guatemala? Uh-oh. Jesus Christ, he's dead. Nothing more done to hear about the 1940s. Good. So, what do you know about Guatemala from the top of your head? Tell me, what do you know about Guatemala? Yep, he's very dead. Oh, let me just get this full, and then I'm gonna begin the story about Guatemala. Okay. Oh, gun, big gun. Then I'm gonna shoot these barrels, and they're gonna blow the flip up. Guatemala is a country, yes. A nation, if you want, yeah. Guatemala is a country in Central America. It is the nation directly below Mexico. It borders Mexico, Belize to the east, and Honduras to the south. Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah. It borders Honduras to the south. And, you know, it's in a very peculiar position. In Central America, the weather is very hot. Yeah, it borders El Salvador. Oh, does it? Yeah, that's good. That's good. El Salvador to the south, yeah, it's got a funny shape, yeah. It's like the underbelly of Central America, I'd say El Salvador is. Anyhow, this position means it's very good for growing. It's got a tropical climate, making it very good for growing crops such as, you know, tropical crops such as bananas and stuff like that. And you know who has an appetite? Oh, Jesus! And you know who has an appetite for bananas? The people of the United States of America. Okay, so the United States of America. Yeah, Jorge Ubico. Yeah, Jorge Ubico. Yeah, he's coming up. He's coming up. Exactly. So in 1930, there was just a big revolution in Guatemala, and the people, you know, they revolute. Wait, what's the word? Revolute? No, there's a revolution, and the people. He's coming up from the same seasons of Breaker. Come on, it is basically that. It's interesting. History is very interesting. Yeah, as you know with your Italy thing. Yeah, so essentially, Guatemala is a country in Central America, and people love fruit. And who else loves fruit? That is the United the populace of the United States of America. And coincidentally, oh what the flip? No, 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 no. Okay, thank goodness. Damn it. Oh, now that's annoying. I gotta get my words out because I'm focusing on these people shooting. God damn. Okay, 1954, Guatemalan coup d'etat. Yeah, and they love bananas. And yeah, the United States communism out. Oh, are you reading up on the Guatemalan coup d'etat? What the flip? Are you reading up on the Guatemalan coup d'etat? Yeah, the people of the United States love bananas because in the 1900s, the people of the United States never got the opportunity to eat bananas or any other fruit like that. So when they came about, the people seemed to love them. And this all started because, do you know that the United States used to own the Panama Canal, right? They didn't own all of Panama, but just like a 20-kilometer, that was crazy how large this was. Because, like in the 19th century, the country of Panama used to be owned by Colombia, right? Colombia. Which back then, back when the revolutions of Latin America started, when they overthrew the Spanish Empire, Colombia was massive, and it used to be known as, Jesus Christ, it used to be known as Gran Colombia, and it had very many countries that we now know today as separate from Colombia, such as Venezuela, such as Ecuador, such as Panama too. It stretches quite far, and the Panama was very important, that region, because it was the shortest distance, shortest wide distance of all of America. Shortest wide distance, so it was deemed a perfect place as a canal, because Carlos Castillo Armas, yeah, he's coming up too, let me tell you. In season 2 it's going to get real spicy with Carlos Castillo Armas. Yeah. Castillo, oh yeah, Far Cry 6. I was acting. No, it's fine, it's fine. You are expanding your horizons too, of knowledge about Central America too, yeah. I was acting. Or was I? Look in our moment. Anyhow, where was I? Oh yeah, Colombia, yes. So Colombia owns Panama, but the United States wants Panama because it's such an important position. Because it's, yeah, bros not gas. Yes, I know. I'm something like that. But the United States wants Panama because they just seem to think that it's so important. Because not only does it grant them economic motives so that they can ship their goods all the way around, saving them a lot of time while shipping stuff, because they'd have to ship stuff otherwise all the way around. Drake's Passage is ironic because look, Nathan Drake and Sir Francis Drake, yeah, and it was called Drake's Passage, is that region underneath the lowest point of Argentina. It's the passage across all of America, so they'd either have to ship it all the way down there, and those are known as some of the treacherous seas in the ocean in the entire world, because the waves and everything, it creates real danger. So they either have to ship it through there, because some of those regions aren't cold enough to have be completely iced out, yeah, they're not completely iced out so that ships can actually pass. Or in the north, however, yeah, in the north, the Northwestern Passage, the Canada route, that's frozen out and people can't, they can't ship stuff through there. So creating a Panama Canal was very important. And the thing is that even before the canal was created, they used to just straight up, once they shipped their goods from the eastern or western side, Americans, they straight up got a wheelbarrow and they'd cart it all the way around, all the way around, all the way across Panama. That used to be the place they used to do it anyway. But creating a canal would not only save a lot of time, it saves them having to get their wheelbarrows out and lots of stuff. So, the United States supports a revolution in Colombia of Panama because many Panamanians seem to already want to seek independence from Colombia, and for the United States this is perfect. So, what America says is they go to the Panamanian rebels and they say, listen Panamanian rebels, we will help you get your independence if you let us control a large... Have you ever been in a Panamanian jail? Exactly. Isn't this ironic? They're in Panama too. Nathan Drake. Yeah. So, and I guess the United States should be in a Panamanian jail because of what they do. You go to Panamanian rebels and they say, listen, we will help you in your revolution if you okay, this is not going well, is it? For Nathan Drake anyway. We will help you with your revolution if you give us a territory 20 kilometers wide from the place that we want to build. 20 kilometers wide, you know, why they want to build a canal, because that gives them a lot of, because they want to control the territory around it so that no interferences get in the way. Greedy Ethers, exactly. Family friendly stream, by the way. Yeah, they would control that territory so they can build their little canal ambition. Right, so they do, and as we know, Panama is an independent state, so the Americans won the war with the Panamanian rebels. This is a family-friendly stream, it is, yeah. Panamanians, yeah. Where was I? Panamanians, yeah. Independence movements, right. So they're independent, and this means that they win, but in the end, there's like some negotiations, and they don't have 20 kilometers wide. Isn't it even trying? Yeah, 20 kilometers wide. So it's not 20 kilometers wide, but in the end, in the peace treaty, they occupy a territory which is 5 kilometers wide, which is still pretty big, you know, like territory that massive. And in addition to this, there's railway companies across, because the Central American nations, they didn't have the economy to build railways, and essentially the United States was the only country capable in, North America of building railways. So these Central American nations, they want railways to be built, so the American companies like Leviticus Cornwall, no actual dude based on Leviticus Cornwall, he goes to these Central American countries and he says, and they say, we will build a railway for you, but we will have all the profits of that railway. So yeah, so basically they're scamming these Central American Rip Van Winkle, exactly, they're scamming these poor Central American fools, like the dude did in Guama, right? The dude did in Guama. My name is Levi something, and a bunch of Haitian pirates ain't gonna scare us. Yeah, anyway, as I was saying, yeah, they're exploiting, and they say, we can control all the profits from the railways. So basically, you get railways, but we get to... Hell, what am I saying? We get all the profits from the railways, but, these companies don't really have much choice, so they say yes, because they want to be able to travel, have their goods go across their countries, but they might be getting scammed, but they don't see any other choice. So, and in a similar deal to the Panama Canal one, these Central American nations, they get, these little exclusion zones, because in many of these countries, the people don't want the United States interference in their matters. So there are rebels that sabotage these railway lines, and in the end, the Americans say, listen, we want a little exclusion zone, just like the one in Panama, around the railway zones. So they control huge amounts of territory, which is actually incorporated into the United States, and people are born there. United States citizens end up being born there, right? And so, what the hell am I supposed to do here now? I'm so confused. I'm supposed to, yeah, the United States. What the hell? Hold on, let me just find out what I'm supposed to. What the Oh, oh, I know because I glitched through. That's why. Oh, I need to go back and fight these fools. God damn it. Yeah. Anyway, yeah. So they have a bunch of territory, right? From the from. Well, what am I supposed to do here? I'm supposed to do something here, certainly. But is it climb? Yeah. Panama Canal. Oh, here. Okay. So they have these territories around the railway lines, around the Panama Canal, and that's a lot of territory. And so while they've got all this territory, the United States government, it decides that, they've got all this territory, so much territory in Central America, which is perfect for cultivating crops, and they need to feed their workers. Oh, Jesus. They need to feed their railway workers somehow, and the people that live there. So they plant one of the local crops, which is known as a banana. And the people that have the workers there, they love these bananas so much that they ship them back to their family members back in the United States. And turns out that the people love them so much that they end up growing bananas in these Central American countries. And eventually they end up selling them, right? They end up selling these bananas that they grow in these little zones. Like, these aren't like massive zones that they're controlling, right? The Americans. They're just these little exclusion zones around the railways and around the canal. And they end up getting so much money selling these bananas that exactly, they end up getting millions of sales, but they end up getting so much money from selling these bananas that there's a company in America known as the United Fruit Banana Better Your Banana Better got me killed, buddy. Alright. Yeah, the United Fruit Company. And the United States government gets the United Fruit Company to, grow these bananas. Oh, Jesus. Uh-oh. Oh. To grow these bananas in these little territories that they've got. Little exclusion zones around the railway, around the canal. And eventually, it becomes so profitable that the United Fruit Company, exactly, they make more money selling the bananas than actually, with the railways, which is the original reason that they're actually there. They make more money. They make more money selling that. So, Hakoba, exactly. Hakobo, actually, not Hakoba. Anyway, they make so much money, yeah, selling these bananas that they want to keep this going, right? And the United Fruit Company is shipping loads of money back to the United States. They're just taking, and eventually the United States end up controlling huge amounts of territory within within these Central American countries, and the United Fruit Company gets so much money that they become so influential that they can basically go and ask the American government for help in negotiating with the Central American countries, and eventually they have so much power that they end up making some deals which mean that 90% of the arable land in some of these Central American countries are solely for bananas. And imagine what effect that has on a country. Like, you have to feed your actual country, and yet 90% of your crops are bananas, right? Only 10% for growing crops, which means that you're going to have to, import food from other places, maybe even from America, getting America even more money, which is huge exploitation of the people. And one of these examples of why they're able to exploit I'm about to tell you, and it's in Guatemala. Yeah, Banana Republic, yeah. And they're able to get governments in which are like completely under the control of the United Fruit Company, because United Fruit Company, whenever they're in trouble, whenever they want to exploit some more Central American countries, they can just go to the CIA and ask for help from the from the CIA, the American government, and in the end, these Central American countries, they don't want to mess with the United States, so they just say yes, sure, and they end up leading lots of coups in the area to get people in power who are under the control of the United Fruit Company. So, yeah, one example was in the, what was his name? Jorge. Can you check? Do you remember what his name was? The Jorge guy, because he's the guy that one of the guys I want to talk about. Do you know? Jorge something. Let me just get this guy. I need to kill this guy with a grenade. God damn it. Yeah. Anyway, Jorge. He's a Jorge Ubico, exactly. Jorge Ubico. He gets into power in Guatemala following one of these coups in Central America by the United States and the CIA. And he gets in power after the people who get in power after the first Guatemalan Revolution. What the fuck? After the Guatemalan Revolution, they get in power, but they're essentially overthrown by the United States, and Jorge Ubico is in power. And this guy, he's a horrible, horrible guy. And he literally himself says that he looks up to Adolf Hitler because this is happening during the 1930s, and this guy literally says he looks up to Adolf Hitler, and this is a time where the United States is literally fighting a war against Nazi Germany, and this guy just gets away with saying this, but as long as the United Fruit Company is making money, they don't care. They could have Hitler on their doorstep. Bro, it's not Kanye. I know, but the point remains, they could have Hitler on their doorstep, and as long as the United Fruit Company is making their money, they don't care. And he's actually doing lots of genocides, this guy. He is horrible, and he's massacring people left and right. He's killing political opponents, the whole mix. And Victor Arbenz, yeah, he's a very bad guy. He says he's Hitler. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, where was I? Yeah. Oh yeah, Hitler. Okay. Minions, yeah. The minions. Oh my god. This is such a loophole, yeah. They work for the most evil person, so they go to Guatemala and they get bananas. Yo, this is actually some crazy minion law. Yo, I never realized this. Yeah, so he's making money, getting these bananas and whatnot. Let me catch my train of thought here while I shoot some guys. Why can't I throw a grenade off the side? You know, exactly. Nah, Gru does not know what he's getting himself involved with. Let me just kill this fool. Okay, oh no, oh no. Yeah. Anyway, the people grow so tired of this Jorge guy that the people rebel. And the main revolutionary group is they're known as the Sandinistas, and Sandinistas, 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 and their name grew about to stage a coup. Precisely. Now you're starting to get it. Exactly. Sandinistas, and Sandinista, who they named their group after, their rebel group, is a guy that fought against the United States in another one of these revolutions against the United States backed leader, and they fight and they end up overthrowing this guy, and he goes into exile. They end up overthrowing Jorge Ubico, and he goes into exile, and now these Sandinistas, they set... What the fuck was that? Where did he come from? They end up setting up a democracy in Panama, and it's going really, really well for the Panama. No, Panama. I'm sorry, Guatemala. For the Guatemalans, it's going really well for them, and they get a leader, and he's known as uh, Jacobo Arbenz. He's the democratically elected leader, and like it wasn't very common at this time for democracies to actually, get a democratic leader, but they actually do it. This is a free election, and Jacobo Arbenz gets elected, and he's a left-wing sort of guy. He's not a communist, but he's just a left-wing guy, and yeah, and it's going well, and Jacob Arbenz and the people love him. Like the people, Minister of Defense moment. I don't understand that. Is there a Minister of Defense moment? I don't understand that. But anyway, he's helping the people, and he's getting lots of education. Right, the people love him. Right, but there's somebody that just... I went around the wrong way, didn't I? Yep. Okay, got them. Yeah, but someone that who... And... Oh, he was the Minister of Defense. Okay, good. Anyway, Jacobo Arbenz, there's so much territory controlled by the United Fruit Company in his country that he's starting to get really, really sick of it. And he says that whatever the territory that the United Fruit Company holds in America that isn't being actually used for bananas gets to be nationalized, basically taken back by Guatemala. And because the people are basically starving because they're after in their dictatorship they were being mistreated by the previous guy, and there's no land for them to actually grow stuff because it's all bananas. So this guy wants to grow actual normal crops in the country, and he wants to nationalize the land so they're owned by Guatemala and not being screwed over by the United States. And well, I think you know where this is going. The United States is not happy with this, and this democratically elected leader is doing all this good stuff, and the United States hates it. They hate it. So the next step of the journey is that there aren't many rebels at all in Guatemala, right? So because so many people seem to love this guy, but he's socialist. Right, this guy, he's slightly left wing, and this has just come after he gets into power. Jacobo Arbenz gets into power in 1944, so World War II has just ended, and the Nazis are down, and Jesus Christ, there's the Cold War. It's about to begin. The Cold War is beginning, and the United States does not like anything which is left, or you are a commie. You are a commie bastard, you are a scumbag, right? And things are no different for these Guatemalans. So they've got lots of incentive to hate these Guatemalans, because not only are they under a leftist government, they also want to nationalize their lands and take back their own company from economic exploitation by the United Fruit Company and the United States. So, the United States trains this group of, very bad people, right? They say they're capitalist, but they're basically fascist. This group called the Contras, and you've probably heard of the Contras. Oh, let me just kill this guy. Yeah, the Contras but they're quite small, the Contras, and they don't they're very weak. And they don't have a platform to rebel because, they'd get crushed instantly because there's not many of them. So the United States, the CIA, is asked by the United Fruit Company, and they go, look, we've been screwed over here, and this guy wants to help his country, and he wants to take away our lands. So United Fruit Company, they ask for some help from the CIA to deal with this. They want to organise a coup to get rid of this government and replace it with a friendlier one to the United Fruit Company. And, oh, let me just tell you, Mr. Gray says, do you know, he was saying in lesson, oh, there's this thing called the United Fruit Company, and it's in the United States, Mr. Gray said, and it stands for UFC, UFC, like the United, the UFC. And he says, and everyone started, and some people started giggling once he said UFC, and he says, oh, does that stand for something that I don't know about? Well, I don't really care. Anyhow, yeah, that happened, and that was pretty funny. Anyway, so what the United States does, the CIA, they train these Contra rebels, these fascist people, they train them, and they lead a, they yeah, it's quite funny. They train 480 of these Contra rebels. Oh, Jesus Christ, Nathan Drake is dead. They train 480 Contra rebels to try and, lead a sort of uprising to crush communism, and silently to, get the UFC back in power there. UFC. Anyway, so they train 480 fighters to go in there and lead a coup, and the CIA intelligence believes that there are going to be sympathizers to the old regime that are going to, when these 480 people go in there to invade, that people are going to start joining them and it's going to be a popular uprising, but obviously things don't turn out that way, and these 480 people go into Guatemala and they do nothing, they have no success, and they are utterly useless, and they flee to Honduras, which is at this time another one of the United States puppets, one of the UFC puppets in the region. So what the United States does is they start psychological warfare on Guatemala. They threaten to invade, and they start all sorts of propaganda. They leave leaflets the CIA makes fake leaflets in Guatemala saying that they're going to become communists. Look at this, these guys are going to become communists, and we can't have that. They try and make up lies so that the Guatemalans, they side against the Arbens, but doesn't work too well. But the Guatemalan leadership, they are terrified of the prospect of this happening. Yeah, it's just not going well for Nathan Drake right now. I need a proper gun, I need an assault rifle. This shotgun is not going to cut it. Yeah, so the Guatemalan government is very scared that there's going to be that the United States will straight up invade their country to end their little communism that they've got going on there. And they believe that the United States, well, we're saying this as if it's like obvious for us, but the CIA actually believed that there could be some connection between the Soviet Union and this new Guatemalan leftist government. And there's going to be some funny stuff that comes up later that they take as proof that the Soviet Union was working with the Guatemala. Oh no, I don't want to be the house. Oh, you gotta go now. Oh, that's fine. Well, I had a lot of fun explaining what the a large part of the 1954 Guatemalan coup d'etat, even though we didn't get to 1954 then. That's fine. It helped me consolidate my knowledge about the subject. Where did we get to remind me? Huh? For next time? I don't understand. Where did we get to remind me for next time, Lemao? Hmm? What is occurring in the vicinity? What do you mean, senor? Continue where we left off. Alright, a reminder is... Oh yeah, so the reminder is psychological warfare. That's the reminder. The United States uses psychological warfare. Okay, goodbye rape. Have fun, I don't know, sleeping or whatever you wish to do. Which is also more important than learning about the 1954 Guatemalan coup d'etat. Okay, I'll catch you later then. You're a good man, Arthur Morgan. No. Arthur Morgan straight up sees a family of 4 dying, and they say, I don't got food for my kids, and he says, well, okay, see you later then. And then we do a Arthur Morgan accent. Okay, see you later then. Okay, forget it, get out of here. Get out of here, just get out of here. It's not gonna get better, get out of here. Goodbye, Ginger Genie. Goodbye. Wow, and what a way to leave it off. Nathan Drake dies just like that. Horrible. Goodbye.